Well, look, I appreciate you both spending this time, to do this. I know
to stoke the rumor a little more.
It's,
I just, like I said, I've been in this business a long time. I don't go willy-nilly with misinformation, and I, like Sheldon Cooper on Big Bang Theory, have a very clear memory of dates, times, places, and things when they happen. I have no reason to disbelieve Mark, and I know for a fact that he told me the story almost 35, 40 years ago, way before there would be any reason to even make up a story like that. I mean, who knew there was going to be a Stairway to Heaven? Who knew that 40 years later this would, be one of the best-selling album rock groups of all time? There just would be no point in, making up a story like that,
And that's the way it is.
Hey, this is great. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll get some shots. Just these are your records, Mark, or what's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is like Skip. I didn't. We're not shooting in your house.
I only have one gold record.
You have one gold record.
Helen, Reddy, I Am Woman. That's a fascinating
How did
story.
you get that?
Because I was the first person to play it and take it to #1. I got Harv Moore to start playing it because PGC was getting so many phone calls.
Well, that's all right.
You're filming. That's all.
You mean you were working at PGC or something?
No, I was working at Winx. I was music director, program director at Winx. The record came out in early '72, right after I'd gotten out of the Army, and I started dating a woman, the first woman I had ever gone out with seriously. And I brought home the record one day and I played it for her, and I said, "What do you think of this? Do you think housewives would be into this?" Because she was a real feminist. And she said, "Yeah, the lyrics speak, highly to the whole cause of women and their place in the world." So we started playing it, initially only middays, and we started getting such incredible response to the thing, and started selling at Waxy Maxy's and Variety Records. And Harv Moore started getting calls over at PGC. He was music director as well as program director at that time. And they put it on their charts. And it got to #1 on both stations. So at the Sheridan, there was a presentation ceremony later that year where Helen Reddy and Jeff Wald, her husband and manager, presented both Harv and I with gold records for I Am Woman. And that's the only gold record I ever got in my years in the business.
And that was what, in 70?
It would have been late '72 that we were presented with this thing, probably in December, something like that.
How do you earn a gold record? I mean, how do you get?
Well, generally, there's internal gold records where the sales and promotion people get gold records because it reaches a certain sales criteria, and then the other ones are presented to radio programmers and people in the business who. It's basically something that the record companies do in order to convince you that the next time they have something they want you to push, that you're going to cooperate with them because you want to see your name on something.
I've got just a few minutes left on here. Who knows if it's going to be used? It's just sometimes this stuff helps.
Well, we all know the term one-hit wonder, and I do have a true one-hit wonder up here as a gold record. And I think you can attest to that. The guy's name is Peter McCann.
Do you love me?
Do you want to make love?
Do you want to make
just
love?
Want to fool around?
Yeah.
20th century. This was a top 5 record in America back in probably 77, 78, 79 thereabouts.
It's called what?
Do you want to make love?
Probably
by Peter McCann.
77 or 76, I would think.
This is your only gold record?
No, that's my only gold record by that guy because that's the only record that he ever made.
That was it.
Right, and then I worked with. I was fortunate enough to work in the when I worked with 20th Century. They obviously they were big with Barry White and a lot of other disco type acts, but they were also distributing all the Star Wars soundtracks, and so I worked on some of the Star Wars projects. As a matter of fact, I even have some very rare Star Wars memorabilia that was just promotional, never even came out commercially. So that was a soundtrack record that the movie was so big that the soundtrack sold, and it was before the days of having really hit singles on soundtracks.
You notice that these are actually platinum, representing excessive sales of the things. Gold, their gold is a lower standard, and then platinum's an even higher standard.
Platinum's bigger than gold.
Yes.
Wow.
So
and this is that Stigwood? Oh yeah, Robert Stigwood.
Yeah, that's it.
Robert Stigwood organization. I remember.
Is he still alive, Robert Stigwood? I wonder.
Don't know. That's what Google's for, buddy.
Yeah.
You can find everything on Google except for whether the Led Zeppelin actually played the Wheaton Youth Center.
I like that. You're right.